In the personal story segment tonight, former Arkansas governor and Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee had a meeting with President-elect Donald Trump today. Mr. Huckabee joins us now. So, Governor, I'm going to have a little fun with you.
Go ahead. Have a little fun. Everybody does.
Congratulations.
Were
you offered a job today?
We talked about an opportunity, but, I'm not sure it was the right fit. So, here's the thing. I want Donald Trump to be successful.
Can I just stop you?
Go ahead.
Because a lot of people have speculated on what job Mike Huckabee might be offered, and ambassador to Israel was one of the things floated.
That was not something that was even discussed, and it's been all over the news that it not only was discussed, but that it was a done deal. Yeah. Where the press comes up with this stuff, they only know, but it was totally manufactured, not true.
I was there when you came down, and I saw you. There was a gaggle. There's behind the rope. There was a bunch of press people, and people talked to the press people. Did they just speculate that Israel it might be?
No, it had already been blowing up all day long, and my iPhone, I'm going to have to get a new one. This one burned up like a Galaxy 7 Samsung. It was so hot because everybody in the world, congratulations, I'm thinking, guys, it hadn't happened. That has not happened. It wasn't even discussed. But I would never get into the details of what we talked about, what he offered. Here's why. Because
can we do this?
Yeah.
Was it a cabinet position? Was it an advisory position?
Yes.
Both.
Primarily cabinet, but as to which agency, the reason that I wouldn't discuss it is because somebody's going to get that slot, and I don't want them to think that they're number 2. Heck, I may have been number 4 for all I know. But here's the point. I've said this many times. People who know don't talk. It's
not energy. It's probably not Treasury. Agriculture?
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Do I see a little sweat forming on your brow? Is that
not even a little bit? Right. It takes a lot more than that to make me sweat.
Let's do this.
Okay.
When the president-elect entertains people coming in, you sit down. What happens? You walk into the office, and is it just him? Is Reince Priebus there? Or is Bannon there? Steve Bannon there?
I'm assuming that there's all different kinds of meetings. I mean, typically he's going to have some senior staff with him. Beyond that, I think anything else, I would want only his team to disclose. And here's why. When you have a meeting of that level with somebody, the number one thing you need to bring, other than your loyalty to the president-elect and ultimately to the president, is your ability to keep your mouth shut. Because if you can't be trusted in that setting, you can't be trusted. And so I know people.
Do they care? Do they care if you say, "Hey, I'm being looked at from Secretary of Agriculture"?
If they want to talk about it, they can talk about it. It's their job. It isn't mine. They have the right to talk about it. They have the right to offer it. They have the right to not offer it. I don't feel like that I have the right to go out and discuss it. And it's just a principle with me because I've been in the position as a governor when you talk to people about jobs and they go out and leak all over the place. And sometimes what they say is either not true, not full, not complete. And look, here's what I will tell you. I think Donald Trump is going to be a fantastic president. He is a decisive executive. He surrounds himself with people who make decisions, and he delegates, which is the mark of a great executive. He also is moving much more quickly than the press give him any credit for. Yeah. I mean, that's a machine over there. They're moving this thing along. But to his credit, he's not just filling slots. He's looking for people who fit not a slot, but who fit a team for a specific mission. That's smart executive planning.
So he's not, he's actually breaking the mold of how you would pick a cabinet and a team and administration going forward as well.
Well, in many ways, because he's approaching it much more like a business executive would approach it rather than just a politician handing out lollipops to his buddies.
Let's do it this way. What would you like?
What would I like? I'd like America to be great again, Eric.
Me too.
Look, I'm not in it. I've never been in it for a job.
January 21st, where would Mike Huckabee like his office to be?
I'd like to be out there just cheering him on as president. And, I know everybody thinks that I went out and supported him because I wanted the job. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy in the private sector. And I made it very clear to him, I'm not angling or elbowing for some federal job. My life will be just fine if I don't get a federal paycheck. Probably would be a heck of a lot better, to be honest with you. Let me tell you what. All of us as Americans need to get behind this man. He has the ability and capacity to do big things and bold things. We're at a point in our country, that's what we need.
And contrary to all the media reports, I can tell you very, very pointedly, the transition team is not in disarray.
No.
Here's what I want you, we only have about a minute or so.
Okay.
Mitt Romney coming to Bedminster
Yeah.
this weekend. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it's nice of Mitt to come and show up. I hope he comes hat in hand. I hope he makes an apology for the things he said about Donald Trump. He was wrong. He was hurtful. He hurt the party. He hurt Donald Trump. Donald Trump still won. He owes Donald Trump an apology, and he owes him his support. Too little late for anything in the election, but that's what I hope happens. It's a big, big thing of Donald Trump that he's willing to meet with Romney and have that sit down with him.
Does he owe Mike Huckabee an apology? Does he owe
Mitt
Sarah
Romney?
Huckabee an apology?
No, he didn't do anything to me. He didn't do anything to my daughter, but he did something to Donald Trump, who was the elected nominee of our party. And I think that all of us who helped Mitt Romney when he was our elected nominee and he had gotten the most votes, we got behind him because that's what parties do. And that's what he should have done. He didn't, but he can make some amends for it by what he does this weekend. Let's hope he does.
Governor Huckabee, thank you very much.
Good to see you, Eric.
All right, next on the rundown, will Rand Paul try to block any of Donald Trump's cabinet nominees? The senator joins us when the factor comes right back.